It was all a dream.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Let's start dreaming.
It alters your life and you never think the same again.
Some dumb thing on the edges of nowhere.
A collection of question marks stuck together into a pit of darkness. No logic, no reason, no explanation.
We can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice between fear and love.
That's just deep, bro. That's deep.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Let's Start Dreaming, where two former frat boys try to sound smart on microphones for 30 minutes. I'm your host, Carson McGregor.
And I'm your other host, Mikey Gianelli. Co-host, not coast. I could speak.
Right out the gate. We're coming through with some real high IQ shit.
Big brain.
Big brains here in the room, in the building.
You know, I actually got a 7% on my my standardized testing for spelling in the 7th grade. I'm very stupid at spelling, and I still am to this day, so oops.
Yeah, no, I don't know how I ever was at spelling. I haven't taken a spelling test in a really long time, but at my old nutty Christian school that I used to go to that I've mentioned before, we had penmanship, but it was also cursive. Like, it was still when they were teaching cursive. And so I learned cursive like a motherfucker. And then all of a sudden it got switched where nobody's learning cursive anymore, and it's such an irrelevant skill. And now I just know cursive for no reason. It's like knowing Klingon. Like the Star Trek language. It's like where is that going to get you?
We had to write cursive from 2nd grade all the way to like 8th grade. Required.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, if any of you know me personally, obviously all of you do probably, I'm the worst speller in text messaging. Carson can attest to that. I also make errors. Not only do I spell things wrong, I make errors almost every message.
This man was putting out promos for this podcast, and we were talking about something about masturbating, and he spells it the first time like way the fuck off. And I'm like, dude, like I messaged him, I'm like, dude, like that's not how you spell masturbating. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, I got it. And then he posted again, and he spells it wrong a second time.
I spelled a different word. It wasn't even masturbating. It was like mattering.
Yeah, it was just, I was like, just Google it. If you're not
Double
sure,
check your work.
Google it.
Double check your work, boys and girls. Ay.
Always double check. No, but
You know what else you should double check? If your condoms have holes in them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's I've never been able to know how you would know that. You know, like if your condom has a hole in it, how would you be able to tell?
You blow it up like a balloon and then it doesn't blow up.
Well, yeah, but then you got like almost a compromised condom, because like now it's like half blown up. It's like trying to stick your dick into like a clown's fucking birthday balloon.
I have to do that to get it around my dick. It's a thing. Like, I don't know about you. You do the unrolling method. That's for like small dick dudes. They say that on the package. If you have a penis under 2 inches, oh wait, no, under 5 inches, roll it on you.
I mean,
under 8 inches.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I'm definitely in there. I'm definitely in that category. I'm not going to try to front.
Gentlemen, hit me up. DMs are open.
Are you going to try to front like you have an 8-inch cock?
No. I have a 12-inch.
See, that's just uncomfortable. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants that aesthetically. Everybody wants that on paper. You know, just to walk through life with the 12-inch cock between your legs.
Then you try to stick that in your mouth. You're just like, oh!
Yeah, it's like, who wants that level of discomfort? Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
It's like everything exaggerated to a certain point. It's like titties. Like, titties are great when they're big. They're also great when they're small. There's a conversation that happens on the internet, whether or not big titties or small titties. They're all great. But just kind of, I don't know what era, maybe it's pornography, has made it seem like these giant big balloon tits are what's in, or are what men want to see. And it's like, at a certain point, it just becomes like hilarious. and it's not even appealing anymore. I think that's the same with dicks.
I guess that goes back to the bigger is better kind of deal that we have. You know, sometimes you go to a restaurant, you got like a fucking 2 plates worth of food on one plate. You're like, holy fuck, I can't finish this.
Yeah,
But
you ever been to an Italian restaurant and ordered the
yes,
salad?
yes. The pasta, the salad, the fucking meatballs.
Oh
They give
my
you like
God.
100 fucking noodles, 100,000 noodles.
They give you like a witch's carafe, like a giant fucking bowl, and it's like I could feed like 6 people with this, and we would all be stuffed.
You got fucking dinner and lunch for the next 5 days. Look, I like big titties. I like all titties, honestly. But like the big mama jabamba titties. Obviously, you can't control your body sometimes. Like women, you're beautiful. You know that? I'm talking to you. All right.
Stop trying to
But-
appeal to women of the audience.
I'm pulling the Joe Biden and he did in the that he does in the debate. I'm talking about to you, America, to you, the citizen, to you, the viewer. Your titties are nice, and I am here to see them. Oh my God! In the fucking 7th grade, I had it. We were at the community center. I was hanging with 8th graders, and one of our viewers watches this, and I'm gonna see if she remembers because she commented on the last video. Oh shit! I kind of calls her out, but that one guy N was saying to you. He said, "Hey, you should take off your bra because." Oh no, it was someone else I think. But he was like, "You should take off your bra, but because I hear wearing a bra increases the likelihood of breast cancer." I was like, "Oh my God, you slick fuck, you dirty little shit fuck."
I mean, that's kind of slick, I suppose, but I mean, where are you
So
gonna
that's
go
pious?
from there?
In the community center, trying to see some titties in the community center.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
It's like, what are your intentions, bro?
In the 8th grade too. You're just trying to see titties at any point in life.
That's true.
Middle
That's true. I
school,
mean,
high
now-
school. Even now.
Well, now it's like not even on my. It's sort of on my mind, but not really. Like I don't go through about my days thinking about that. When I was in 8th grade, for sure. That's all. I mean, I had nothing else to
Yeah.
think about.
I've been sexually deprived for a couple months now. Stopped masturbating like I used to. Barely. Actually, I've been kind of picking it up in the past week or two. But for a month and a half, I didn't like at all, like ever. Maybe like once every like 10 days, maybe. But like I haven't had action since like August, and before that since July. And like I know that might sound like some, but no, it was nothing. Oh man, your boy needs some dick. Your boy needs some titties. Sex is just great. Sometimes it can be awful too.
It could be awful. You know what the thing is? I've been pretty sexually deprived, if that's the right word for it. I haven't had sex in a pretty long time, mostly because of the COVID. Partially because I have a restricted license and it's really hard to pick up girls and be like, hey,
And
can we
third,
go to
'cause
your
you're ugly as
place?
Fuck.
Can you pick me up, take me to your place? Because I can't drive and I live with my parents. So,
And
you're
you
gonna-
know, girls like even if they have the car, they don't even want to. They don't want to fuck in their car. That's just not classy enough. Sometimes it's not comfy enough
I'm,
for them. I like it. I enjoy car sex myself.
I think I've definitely had girls that have brought that up because I never bring that up as the option because
I always do.
I kind of
Just, like,
I
fuck
have
in your
that
car.
I have that mindset as well that I'm like nobody wants to do that. I'm the dirty fuck that wants to do that. But I've definitely had girls that are like, let's fuck in my car, and I'm like, okay. Like, you got leather seats. This is going to get stinky, but...
No, I'm always trying to do that because, like, oh, I have a little brother. My parents are always home. You live in fucking Leesburg. Like, why don't we just do the portable bedroom? Like, hello?
No, it's
And
definitely
it gets nice
convenient.
and toasty in there.
It's
Yes.
definitely convenient. Hell
yes.
You know when you're fucking in a car and it's just like immediately... You see in movies and shit that... Like you see a car in a movie and it's like the windows are all fogged out and it's like shaking, it's like rocking, and the joke
Yes.
of the movie is like, oh, they're fucking in that car. And I never knew until I did it for the first time. Oh, that's like super real.
Yes.
That's exactly what happens.
Just straight up. It gets so toasty in there. It's like a fucking sauna.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just
Oh, and
sweating
everyone
your
could
balls
obviously
off.
tell if like they're walking their dogs, like, oh, just look forward and walk ahead, speed up.
You think there's something in nature to that? It's like the natural privacy curtain.
There's got to be something to that because I'm sure almost everyone's been there. And That reminds. I think I told you this one, but I think I said it on the podcast. I remember I was hooking up with this girl sophomore year, freshman year, and this old guy was just looking through the windows, like hands cupped on the windows. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? We're both naked in the back seat. And he's just like snooping up on us, like, We're just like, what the fuck? She covers her titties, tries to put some clothes on. I cover my dick. He just circles the fucking car, I'm pretty sure. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Don't you see what's going on? Granted, we were in a cul-de-sac in the middle of the day, and it wasn't foggy because we weren't fucking yet. But, I don't know. That
yeah, but
goes
still,
back to
mind your business, bro.
Yeah.
Like, see,
oh, my God.
See, that is the thing that gets me about people is, like, they're nosy as fuck sometimes. I was driving, I drive a truck for my work. I drive this like kind of long haul truck. It's not quite a 2-axle, but it's pretty big. And I'm pulled off to the side.
I know what that means.
With my coworker who's riding with me. We're in this area that says no parking, but something was about to fall off the back of the truck, so we go to fix it. So we have to pull off in this area like real quick and fix it. And some fucking lady in her Volvo drives up with her daughter, these blonde-haired bitches, and they drive up and they're like, did you see the sign? That's exactly what they said. They said, did you see the sign? And I'm like, who has this type of mentality to do these things? What are you, the fucking parking police?
Wait, my goldfish mind is kicking in. What did the sign say? No parking?
It says no parking, but like something was.
Oh my God.
Something was about to fall off the back of the
you were
truck.
obviously looking at your shit too, were you not?
Yeah, we were fixing straps on the back of the truck. It's like, lady, mind your business.
That's a little bit of a Karen right there.
I had never seen one
lie.
like that in the wild, like a real ass Karen in the wild. That
You only hear about it?
It literally happened today. And I'm
Oh.
still kind of shaken up about it. I can't even believe that somebody would just be that aggressive about something so nonsensical.
Maybe she was trying to set up like a porn situation, like, hey man, we need a little hand here. Can you and your daughters help? And then like they get stuck in the car, or like they get stuck in the seat, or like in the window or something, and then you just fuck them in broad daylight.
Well, I wanted to say like, your daughter's cute. Like, can I get her
She would
number?
have slapped you. She would have called you a pervert, slapped you, and said she's 16. I'm sure she wasn't 16, but I could so see that happening. The old dude that looked in the car was not a Kyle, was not a Karen, but I think he might have been just delusional. Oh man, poor dude. Do you have any crazy places you've had sex in?
Target dressing room was the craziest.
Oh yes.
That's where I lost my virginity. And that was pretty nuts for... It would be more nuts now if I did it now, but back then when I was super inexperienced, it wasn't that crazy because nothing really ended up happening because it wasn't the time or the place. At that point in my life, I think even in perfect conditions, sex would have been like kind of awkward. So in those really crazy conditions, it was not gonna go down for real. It's like trying to hook up in a concert porta potty with like a line.
Oh, you're
it's
like,
just,
come on, we gotta go quick.
It's just too crazy. It's too many. It's too chaotic. There's too many things happening. You gotta like really be a veteran of the game to
You
pull
can't
off
get your
something
dick up
like
and
that.
you're just fucking her with the fucking raw rope. Like, come on, man. And you look at the fucking. Actually, they don't have windows, but you're just like, shit. You get a knock on the door. Ah. All right, I'm going too detailed in there, but you know what? I like going in the bedrooms of parents, like fucking in parents' bedrooms. I fuck with that shit so much.
Yeah.
I fuck with that shit because it's just like, damn, that's your parents' room. Like, we're doing the nasty on there. Do you think they can smell it when they get home? Like, I'm sure they can.
I'm sure
I used
they
to fucking
can.
my ex's parents used to be out all the time, so we'd always sleep in. Well, she shared a room with two of her sisters too, who were like 11 and 17 respectively. So like, obviously we didn't fuck in her room ever because
Yeah.
we were always there. Also, imagine that, sharing your room with with them. You get close with them, but like that's a lot. But either way, yeah, they'd always be gone. So like we would just take their room for the night. Just it was always fun. I never fucked
like
with
a
my
big
parents'
ass bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's just a nice cozy room with parent furniture.
Yeah,
Play
like
mom and dad for the night.
like 13 pillows for no reason that you got to throw off the bed.
Some picture frames of the family. I never really had sex in a crazy place though. Now that I think about it, actually, the frat house bathroom floor.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
I
that-
remember this. I remember this when it happened.
That's the nastiest place. We were on the floor, doggy style. She was on her period. And I nutted all over her face. A little TMI. And then I used my frat letters to wipe them off. Actually, she used them, and I said, what the fuck are you doing? Or I thought that, at least. Because those are my letters, yo. Those are sacred.
If you've
put no
never
cum on
seen
that
this
shit?
podcast before, I know we're coming off like some jackasses, but
It was a different mentality back then, okay?
it really was. It really was. Of just like, you kind of feel like this entitlement because you're in this group of guys who all are, you know, wearing the same Greek letters on our shirt, so we're all in this together, you know. It's just this weird mentality you have, and
It's a cool camaraderie to be a part of, in my opinion.
oh
Very,
yeah,
very unique,
100%.
very,
It's
very
it's
cool.
very cool. It's very cool. But it's also, it kind of gives you this undeserved sense of entitlement.
I remember doing the nest. I remember getting head in our president's bedroom, and he just walked in like mid blowjob, and he's just like, Mikey. I'm like, ah. I'm like, what? I'm not doing this.
That's such a you thing, man. That's such a you thing to be like, to be doing something crazy and to be doing something like that fucking crazy, and somebody yells Mikey, and then you just run out like pantsless and shit.
I also got caught in another brother's bedroom, knee deep in my ex-girlfriend, and she was just she was taking it. And then like he comes in the room, I'm on his bed, and then so I had peed in a cup, a red Solo cup earlier, because I didn't want to go out to the bathroom because I was already naked. So I peed a full red Solo cup full of piss in that cup. And then so he comes in the room, and he's like, Mikey, what the fuck? And he takes the fucking cup that I conveniently placed right next to the door, and he throws the cup full of my own piss at me and my girlfriend, or my ex-girlfriend.
Oh my
And
god.
I was just a piece of shit. Like, I was always fucking in somebody's bedroom.
Jesus Christ, man.
Hello?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. You disconnected.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was never the type to
Yeah.
to have sex in a place where I wasn't supposed to be, because I
Except
just
for the Target. Except for the Target place.
well, yeah, that was just like out of like a desperation move, because we were seeing I think the first Divergent movie, and neither of us wanted to be there. We just wanted to make out in the theater, so we had both of our parents drive us there, and it's so lame. It's so lame.
You're like, what do you want to see? And they're like, I don't care. Like, no, I don't
Like,
care.
I
either.
really couldn't give it what is playing when we're both free, you know. It's just whatever. And we in midway through, I think her friend was there too. Like, her friend came and like third wheeled, but like it was pretty fucked up, because we just left. Like, we just fucking left.
She
And
knew
her
what
friend-
was happening when she signed up. She
well,
knew.
her friend's like, "Where are you guys going?" It's like, "Oh, we're like, we're going to do." We made some excuse, and we just never came back. And we went like 3 stores down. We're at this movie theater, and we go 3 stores down to the Target, and we're just, you know, going around the Target because we've decided we're gonna go either to the bathroom or the dressing room. Dressing room makes the most sense, so we go to the dressing room, and it's just desperation at that point. Neither of us have cars. We don't have a place to do it, so we're like, fuck it, anywhere that has remote privacy.
I mean, I like those videos when they're. I mean, I enjoy those videos when they're in the changing room. They're pretty kinky. They're pretty kinky. The last time I was in a movie theater making out with somebody, it was so fucking high school, and I was like in the fucking spring. I was just making out on somebody, and it was like 30 minutes we were making out straight and like touching on each other's private areas, and there was 2 people next to us too on either side, which was just so awkward. Like, I was fucking enjoying myself, but like, come on, like there was
Yeah.
2 people on either side. Like, we didn't give a fuck, and the movie theater was packed. We were seeing Knives Out, and then like, I told her like, hey, you want to go down to the front row? And she's like, or we could just leave, or we could go somewhere else. And then we got out to the hallway, and she's like, I was like, okay, so you want to like go to the bathroom or something? And she's like, or we can go to my car and I'll my
Yeah,
peanut brain just
that high school. It's the high school mentality. It really is the high school mentality of just we gotta do something immediately right now. And she's like, or we could think about it for 3 seconds.
The bathroom, man. The family bathroom. What am I thinking? Oh my god. And then I never had sex in the Burger King bathroom, but that's where I received my first fellatio action. Blowjob.
Yeah, I think we both had our first like blowjobs in really strange locations. You were in the Burger King bathroom, and I was in the woods behind the football field of my school.
At my age, they're like, when else are you gonna do it? Like, girls
Yeah.
aren't really. I mean, some girls are coming over to a guy's house. Like, I had like my friend Bella come over, but like, we were family friends. But like, you know, I don't know. Unless you're
I
dating
remember
back then.
hearing about that in high school.
You heard about my blowjob in your high school? Wow, I was really popular then.
Yeah,
wasn't
you were just flying through the high
All-
school newspapers.
all the way from Nova to Henrico or Midlow or whatever the fuck you were at.
And no, I remember hearing about people being like, oh yeah, like I went over to my boyfriend's house, and I'm like, you went over to his house? Like, doesn't he have parents?
Okay,
Like-
in high school, my parents didn't give a fuck. They were always middle school, high school. My parents were always like, "So why don't you have a girlfriend?" Like, Mikey, you got a date. Like, come on. And I was like, okay.
I think my parents would have
opposite
been
for you?
Well, they would have been cool with it. Like they actually were kind of the same way. They were like, "Oh man, so like you interested in any girls?" And I can't just say to my parents, "Well, I don't want to have a girlfriend because that means I can't fuck other girls." I can't say that to my mother. So I have to be like, "No, I'm just, trying to figure things out." I just had to give vague answers. And
For those who don't know, Carson's body count by like the end of senior year was like, I swear it was like fucking like 10 to 15. Was it not?
It was by the end of senior year, it was. I've lost count at this point, and I know that sounds like cap. Like I know that sounds like it's not true, but I just forget. Like I haven't really been keeping track my whole life.
I have a hit list. I definitely have a hit list on my phone. It's called The List. It has not every action, but every hit. And then some recently, like really beautiful people. Like if I get a blowjob from them. I know that sounds fucking weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
I just want to remember, like,
To have
oh my
your
God, that
serial
hit one
killer
time.
list on your phone.
I lost my virginity at the end of senior year, and I was just thinking, like, holy fuck, this guy's fucking slaying. I could have lost it many times, but I didn't. But nice, good for you, Carson. Good for you for getting your pee-pee wet.
No, I mean it's not like a thing to be proud of. It's not like a badge of honor to be like, because by the end of senior year, I was between 15 and 20, like somewhere in that range. And it's not really anything to be super proud of because most of it was like really just scummy shit I was doing, like really scumbucket shit that I was being involved in. And
were you like hot as fuck in high school and then kind of like frumpied down in freshman year and then got hotter as fuck in like sophomore, junior year?
No, I was kind of always fugly until now. And I think it was just in high school. I've always been pretty good at keeping up conversations and seeming interesting. That's like my skill set when it comes to women. If I have
Seeming
any,
interesting.
I'm not good. I don't have game. I'm not good at picking up girls, but like I am. If I can really put on this facade that I don't give a fuck, if I can really sell that, then I think I have a good enough personality to get me laid. That's been my game plan since day one, and it worked a lot.
They don't have to like you. They just have to think they like you and think you're interesting.
Well, no, I mean it's because
Think you're onto something.
well, it's just appearing as though like you're. See, my game was always I didn't know how to have game. I didn't know how to talk to girls. Like I always felt like saying trying to say lines to them. That just felt like corny as fuck. That's some real cornball shit to try to say. I mean, not pick up lines per se, but anything. Just imagine walking up to a girl in a bar and it's like, what do you say to her? And it's like, I don't know, like like how you doing? Like now I'm overthinking it. Like how you doing? That sounds fucking weird. So I would just always talk
What?
about like really off-brand shit. I would just talk about like, oh man, you heard this new like indie folk album? It's like what?
That'll
It's
drop
like yeah,
pennies.
it's like the fucking the guitars on this. They sound like they were sound like they were
Nowadays,
recorded in a
that would
totally
make it
different
really
room.
interesting.
And they sound
Nowadays.
they sound like they were recorded in a totally different room, and like it kind of gives this like ambient vibe to it, like you're out in a cave, and people are like, "Damn, like that is that's something." Like it's just make it seem like you have passion about something. Passion is contagious. So if you come off as passionate, then people can sense that vibe. And I am a pretty passionate person when it comes to certain things. So if I am able to, you know, like talk,
We are Scorpios.
if I can extemporate myself to that length about those things, then it seems like I got shit going on. When in reality, I got no shit going on.
What got me was, I remember hearing about like, oh, well, he's asking me to smoke. That means I gotta suck his dick now. I was like, where are my hookups for smoking girls out? Like, I never expected that, nor did I ever pressure people for that. But like hearing countless times how many girls would just get with guys because they smoked them out, I was like, why is this never happening to me? I smoke like everybody out all the fucking time. Not in college. I didn't give a fuck like that in college. But, like, this is what happened. I always heard this in high school. It's like, oh, my God. Well, he gave me free drugs, so I had to make out with him. Like, every time I hear that, I'm just like, what is going on through your
So
mind?
you're
Like,
saying
are you okay?
that is implying that the price of sex at that level in your life is $20 and a trip
No,
to
it's fucking-
some weird guy's house to get the shit.
Trip to the weird guy's house and, like, fucking 10, 15. It's $5 to $10 because you're only taking a couple G's.
Yeah, honestly, if it's just like
Oh, I guess
yeah.
gas, too. But, yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. I was just baffled. I'm like, girl, are you okay? I was always just like, girl, are you okay? Like, I would always say that, and then in the back of my mind, I'd be like, fuck.
No, because that honestly, it's perpetuating.
doing this shit for free.
It's perpetuating some bullshit too. Because if you kind of have that mentality, I'm not trying to play the blame game with anybody in this shit, but like if you got that mentality of like, oh, I gotta like suck his dick because he smoked me out, then this guy is gonna have this mentality of like, well, everybody I smoke out sucking my dick. That's just like how it
What
works.
is that like? What is that yin yang mentality? Like that? Oh, like this victimized mentality and like this fucking entitled mentality. Like, what is that? That's so disgusting.
Yeah, it's
That is
gross.
so gross. Like, what?
Yeah, you should never expect anything from any fucking buddy. That's not sex. That's just life. That's just
Yeah.
never expect anything from anybody.
You'll enjoy life.
Always be pleasantly surprised if things go well in your life.
You'll enjoy life so much fucking better if you don't have expectations. You really, 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 really will. And I think it's just a healthy thing to do, in my opinion. In my humble and honest opinion, I think it's a very healthy thing to not have expectations.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's just puts this type of pressure that's super unnecessary. It's super unnecessary to have this weight on your shoulders that, oh, maybe it's going to be like this. I hope it's like this. You can hope things, obviously. I mean, I'm not trying
You're just
to
gonna
say you've
disappoint
got to
yourself.
suppress your own emotions, but if that's how you're living your day to day, is like, well, if it doesn't go like this, if the day doesn't go like this, if these events don't transpire exactly like this, then I'm going to be, it's going to be a fucked up day. It's like, no, like, see how it turns out and then examine.
You know, like, I know you do this. You make your bed every day, don't you?
I'm looking at an unmade bed right now. I fall off at some points, but I try my best to make it as much as possible, as many days as I possibly can. When I wake up early for work, when I have work early in the morning, I sometimes don't do it because I wake up late. But I try to make my bed every morning because it's starting a day off with a task, and it's with a completed task, and it's a good way to just get your day started and feeling productive right off the bat.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say about that is like that book. I forget what book it was. Make Your Bed by whoever. Even if all your whole day goes wrong, at least you have your made bed to get to. Part of me
Yeah.
just wants to think also is that like, I mean, maybe you need a more open mind to think that nothing can go good in your day besides having an open bed, a made bed. But maybe there really are days like that. I've had some pretty bad. I had a really shitty day the other week or so, and I was like, damn, this is like the first bad day I've had in a fucking long time. Obviously, it wasn't a bad day. I just had a lot of bad events happen. All right, there was some good in there, but I was just like, fuck me, this is shit.
Well, you're not
But yeah.
doing. You're not really in the making your bed concept of like life that they reference in that book. It's like the mentality of making it every day to make your life better. It's not because you are looking forward to getting back in it and having a made bed when you return to it. It's because
No, I know.
It's starting the day off, and it's like, I did that. I did a good thing at the start of the day. Fuck,
That's a good thing to start it off with.
Because I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but if I like do something really productive, then immediately after I'm done, I'm like, fuck. Like, what else do I have to do? Like, I'm gonna do all these other things now because like I'm in the zone. Like, if you get in the zone right at the beginning of the day, then you're just in the fucking zone.
I've done yoga. I used to do yoga every day. I haven't done it in like a week, or yeah, every day in the morning, but I haven't done it in like a week or two. I don't know why, week and a half, week or two, but I was feeling in the zone today, and I hope you all were feeling in the zone watching this video, because right now it's about time to conclude this episode. Carson, do you have anything to add?
No. We kind of talked about sex stuff. Kind of talked about life in general, but I think for the most part it was just really rambly and nonsensical, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, as do I. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button to stay notified when we post every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 p.m. Right now you're watching this on Sunday at whatever time. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. It came out on Sunday, 8 p.m. Follow us on Instagram, Wade and Loki. I'm Mikey LG. He is the Colossus of Clout. And Carson also has a podcast every Tuesday called the Shock Therapy Podcast. It airs at 12 p.m. Am I right, Carson?
Yeah, 12 noon every day.
So be on the lookout
every
for that.
Tuesday, yeah.
We've got new content coming sometime soon. We're just hashing shit out, trying to bring the best for you, but also trying to be creative in our own minds and our headspace. So be on the lookout for that.
All right.
My name is Mikey. And I
And
will
my
see you
name
all
is-
later.
And my name is Carson, and I will see you guys later.
Adios.
Been feeling disconnected now. I